Dear all, welcome to AS Educational Channel. Today we will see the network calculations. Any electrical network can be solved by using various techniques, that is Kirchhoff's current law, Kirchhoff's voltage law, as well as the Thevenin's theorem, Norton's theorem, superposition theorem, maximum power transfer theorem, as well as star delta conversion, that is series parallel network solving techniques. Now we are going to cover all these techniques one by one. So in this session we will consider about the Kirchhoff's current law. So to understand the Kirchhoff's current law, we must be familiar with the four terms. The first one is element. What is the element in the network? Element means resistance, capacitor or inductor. We are considering these are as the element while solving the DC network problem. Of course, for the DC circuits, resistance will come, but inductor and capacitor will not arise. Now, what is then the branch? The second term we have to understand a branch. A branch is nothing but a part of network which contains various elements. So elements may be resistance, inductor or capacitor. So AB is a branch which is containing these elements. If it is DC circuit, there will be only this resistance, but inductor and capacitor will not work at that case. Now, then first is branch, then second is node. Node is a point where more than two branches meet. Two or more than two branches meet. So let us consider this is again a branch. Now this branch is meeting at this point and this is another branch which is meeting at this point. So A and B will be node at that condition. So we have seen branch, we have seen the node, then we will see the loop or mesh. What is loop or mesh? It is a part of network which is formed by the branches in a closed loop. So now we can say if it is C, if it is D, now our A, B, C, D is a loop or mesh. So these are the terms. So element, branch, node and mesh or loop. We have to understand while solving the Kirchhoff's law. Now we will see the Kirchhoff's current law. Kirchhoff's current law states that algebraic sum of all currents at any junction is zero. Algebraic sum of all currents, at any node is zero. Those currents which are entering to the junction, they will be treated as a positive, that means they are adding in the node, and those currents which are leaving from the node, these currents will be treated by us as a negative one. So say suppose this is a part, say this A is a node where say these are the branches which are coming. So first branch, second branch, third branch and fourth branch. Say let us say this is I1 which is entering, let us say this is I2 which is leaving, let us say this is I3 which is entering, and let us say I4 which is leaving. Now at node A we have already said that the algebraic sum of all currents at any junction or any node point is zero. So as I1 is entering, so we will treat I1 as a positive, so plus I1 we will write here. Now I2 is leaving, so if it is leaving, so we will treat it with the minus sign, and again I3 is entering, so we will treat I3 as a plus, and since I4 is leaving the junction, so the algebraic sum of all the currents at node is 0. This will be the equation of the node, equation at the point node A. Let's see this simple problem based on the Kirchhoff's law, Kirchhoff's current law. It has been stated that calculate the node voltage at point B by using nodal analysis. Kirchhoff's current law is also called as a node analysis law. So whenever a problem is asked regarding the nodal analysis, we have to consider that, we have to understand that it is a Kirchhoff's current law, because we are going to solve the problem based on the Kirchhoff's current law on the basis of nodes. Now let us see, it has been asked that we have to find the voltage at a point B. So now let us say this is the current, that is I1, which is passing through the network. Now here the current will come from here, there will be the diversion of the current. Let us say this is I2 and let us say this is I3. Now at node B, what conclusion we can draw? At node B, see which is the current that is entering. So I1 is the current that is entering, so it will be marked as a plus I1. Now I2 and I2 are leaving, so I will write minus I2 minus I3 is equal to 0. This is my equation according to Kirchhoff's current law. Now what can be my I1? So this A, let us say the point at voltage at point A is VA, voltage at point B is VB, and voltage at point C is VC. Now we can say that I1 is the current. I1, what is according to the Ohm's law, R is the ratio of voltage to current. Similarly, I can be written as voltage upon resistance. Now let us say what can be I1? I1 is the potential difference across this 10 ohm. That means VA. Always consider that this is at a higher potential. The battery source is here, therefore this is a higher potential. So we'll write VA minus VB. That is the voltage difference. That is voltage across this 10 ohm upon resistance. So V by R is my I. That is I1. Right? Now minus I2. What can be I2? See, I2 is flowing through 6 ohm resistance. Since it is in parallel, so its value is very simple. VB upon 6 is the value of I2. And what can be my I3? I am just writing the values of I1, I2 and I3. And I3, the value of I3 will be again VB minus VC. I can write, I will consider this as a higher potential point, VB minus VC, right, upon, what is this? 8. So this is equal to 0. From this point, we can easily understand that VC is 4 volt, right? And from this point, we can easily find VA is equal to 6 volt. So we'll just substitute the value. Our VA is 6 minus, what is our VB that we have to find out, upon 10 minus what is my VB? I have to calculate, I don't know. So upon 6 as per the formula minus, now again VB I have to calculate, minus VC, my VC is 4 upon 8 as per the formula. Now if you calculate this equation, you will get VB is equal to 2.81 volts. 2.81 volts. Let us see the second sum, which is also based on the Kirchhoff's current law. Now this is a network, and in this network it has been asked to find out the current which is passing through this 10 ohm resistor. So now see, this is plus and this is minus, means voltage at this point is 25, right? Just keep it in mind. And this is minus and this is plus, means this is 50 volt. Okay, so this is minus, therefore the voltage will be here minus 50 volt. You have to consider it as a minus 50 volt. Now see, let us mark the points A, B, C, and this is a D point, right? Now voltage across the point A is VA, we will say voltage across the point B is VB, this is VC, and let us say this is VD. So to find the current which is flowing through the current, which is flowing through 10 ohm resistor, we have to calculate the potential difference between B and C. So how to calculate that, we'll see. Now let us mark the currents. Let us say this is I1 current. Let us say this is I2 current. Let us say this is a I3 current. Of course, I have written previously, but it's not there. So this is I3. Let us say this is I4. Let us say this is I5. Right? Now we'll consider first, we have to find the voltage between point B and C. Voltage at point A is known. Voltage at point A is 25 volts. You know, because plus is battery plus is here. So here will be plus 25 volts. So we'll write at node B, equation of current is, see, again I1 is coming, so I1 will be treated as a positive. I2 is leaving and I3 is also leaving. So at node B, only these three currents are there, I1, I2 and I3. There is no more current than these three currents on node B. So I1 minus I2 minus I3 is equal to 0. This is the equation. Now what is the I1? Value of I1 is nothing but the voltage at point A or minus voltage at point B divided by 5, because I is V upon R. So current flowing through this 5 ohm resistor is nothing but the potential difference between this resistor to the ratio of its resistance. Right? So this I1 will be nothing but VA minus VB upon 5 minus I2. So what is the I2? Since it is in parallel only, so potential difference is, this is zero potential. This point is of zero potential. It is grounded. So it is zero potential. So VB minus, we can write VB minus 0 upon 2. Now what is our remaining part? That is I3. And what is the I3? I3 is nothing but VB minus VC. That means potential difference between these 2 points B and C. So VB minus VC upon its resistance. So this is equal to 0 as per our equation. Now we know that VA is 25. So we can set here as 25 minus VB upon 5 minus VB upon 2 minus VB minus VC upon 10. This is equal to 0. Now definitely we are going to get the equation in terms of VB and VC. So we'll write this equation in terms of VB. If you simplify this equation, you will get, so you get 8 VB minus VC is equal to 50. Let us call this equation as 1. Now let us consider this is node C. So at node C, we will write the KCL equation, and at node C, the KCL equation will be, see, this is the C point where I3 is coming, I4 is leaving and I5 is also leaving. So plus I3 minus I4 minus I5 is equal to 0. Now what is our I3? We have already calculated the I3 is nothing but the potential difference between point B and C. So VB minus VC upon its resistance, that is 10 ohm. Its resistance is 10 ohm. Right? Just we have already calculated here as I3. The value will be same, VB minus VC upon 10. Now what is our I4? So I4 is, since it is in parallel, so the voltage difference will be calculated between these 2 points, because these are the 2 ends of the resistor. So this will be VC minus 0 upon, what is the resistance, that is 4, and again minus I5 they have asked. So what is I5? I5 is this, that is VC, we are considering from this side. So VC minus, say, minus of minus 50, so it will become here a plus 50, and this will be upon 2 ohms, right? This resistance is 2 ohm, so this is 0. Now if you calculate the LCM of this step, it will be 20. So let us multiply this side by 2, this side by 5, and this side by 10. So what we get is nothing but 2 into VB minus VC minus of 5 into VC, right? 0 doesn't carry anything. So minus 10 into VC plus 50 is equal to 0. So after solving this, 2VB minus 2VC minus 5VC minus 10VC minus 10 into 50 is 500. So 2VB minus 17VC, right, is equal to 500 by the transformation. So this is my second equation. Now I will solve the equation number 1 and equation number 2 to get the value of VB and VC. So 8VB minus VC is equal to 50, and 2VB minus 17VC is equal to 500. So by simultaneous method, I can multiply this. So LCM is here 8. So I can multiply here by 1 and here by 4. So by solving this with the help of simultaneous equation method, we get voltage across point B is 2.61 volt and the voltage across point C is minus 29.1 volts. Now what is asked? It is asked that we have to find the current through the branch, that is this, that is current through the 10 ohm resistor. And what we have said, that the current through the 10 ohm resistor is nothing but VB minus VC upon the value of resistor, that is 10. So now what is my VB? I have obtained VB is 2.61 volts minus VC is minus 29.1. So minus 29.1 upon 10. If you see 2.61 plus 29.1 upon 10, if you calculate it with the ratio, you will get 3.171 ampere. 3.171 ampere. Now this is the current which is flowing through the 10 ohm resistor. Now they may ask you to calculate the current flowing through the 2 ohm resistor. If 2 ohm resistor is asked, then you can write VC minus of minus means plus 50 upon 2. So you can get the value of this, because you know the VC. VC is our minus 29.1. So if current through the 2 ohm resistor is asked, then what shall be our calculation? VC minus this VD, right, upon its resistance. So VC, our VC was minus 29.1 minus of minus 50. So plus 50 upon 2. So whatever the value comes, that will be the current which is flowing through the 2 ohm resistor. Similarly, they can ask you find out the current which is flowing through this 4 ohm resistor. If it is asked, then this will be simply VC minus 0 upon 4. So our VC was minus 29.1 upon 4 if you do it. So whatever you get the value, that will be the value in the amperes for that current. Similarly, they can ask you what is the current flowing through this 5 ohm resistor. So if it is asked, then you have to write say VA minus VB. That means VA was 25. 25 minus VB. VB is our 2.61 volts upon 5. So that will be the value of the current which is flowing through this 5 ohm resistor. By this way, they can ask you the current through any resistor. Similarly, if this current is multiplied by the resistance value, then we will get the voltage drop across the particular resistance. Thank you very much. Now in the next lecture, we will see how to solve the problems by using the Kirchhoff's voltage law, that is mesh analysis. Same problems we will consider, and we will solve these problems by using the Kirchhoff's voltage law.